Welcome back. We are now going to work on example 2 from Module 2, Lesson 20, dividing 2 and 3-digit dividends by 2-digit divisors. To remind ourselves, we have to remember that 68 is our dividend, 17 is our divisor. And our divisor or second number always goes on the outside of the house. So let's set up our division house. 17 into 68. We also see that 68 is also missing its decimal, so we're going to put it at the end and quickly bring it up. Now again, we don't want to forget about our 6 first. We want to ask how many times can 17 go into 6, which is, of course, 0, because 17 is bigger than 6. So we place our 0, we multiply our quotient times our divisor, which is 0 times 17 is 0. Subtract to get a remainder. 6 minus 0 is 6. We now bring down the next door neighbor, or the 8, to help out, and that makes 68 again. Now we will ensure that we put our answer to this problem in the correct place value. 17 into 68. Well, as we did for example 1, we changed 32 to 30 to help us count quickly. Well, if we look at the 17, if I underline the 1, draw the arrow to the 7 tells the 1 to shove because 5 or above, you give it a shove. So the 7 tells my 1 to go to a 2. I can change that to a 20 so I can do my mental math. Well, now I can count by 20s to get up to 68. 20 times 1 is 20, 20 times 2 is 40, 20 times 3 is 60, 20 times 4 is 80. Well, if we see, 20 times 4 is higher than 68. So 20 can only go into 68 3 times. We're going to assume that 17 can also go into 68 3 times. But we want to double check to make sure we don't make a mistake. So let's quickly do that multiplication problem below. 17 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21. We leave our 1, carry our 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So, we have 51. Now, if you look, 51 is kind of far away from 68. Let's make sure we can't fit one more group of 17 into 68 without going over. So since this is 17 times 3, I'm going to quickly try to add 17 more. This will make it times 4. 1 times 7 is 8. 5 times 1 is 6. Oh, so the answer is one more group of 17 will give me 68. So we now know that 17 can go into 68 4 times. Then we multiply our quotient times our divisor. 4 times 17, which we already know, is 68. We subtract it and we get a remainder of 0. So this problem worked out nicely. We have a remainder of 0. We can still set our checks up the same way. We multiply our divisor times our quotient and we add our remainder. So to check this work, we set up 17 times 4, which we already know is 68. But just to be safe, let's make sure we finish the rest of the problem so we have that pattern. We're going to add 68 plus 0 remainder, and of course that equals 68. And that is our original dividend. So again, we have checked our work and we now know that 17 can go into 68 exactly 4 times. We are finished.